Hello, and welcome to my 31st October. I'm Lucky27, and this is a series of stories I have often told about my life. This is part 3 of the story entitled A Friend in Need. And like I said earlier, I felt almost nothing in the second or main level of the house. The old man in the hat was watching us from a window in the dining room, but other than that, there was nothing. The bottom level was also mostly clear, except for the back room where my friend had a kind of playroom kids area. I sensed a man back there. He was strong and very opinionated, as well as feeling very attached to the house and to the land. He was not stuck in the energy, he was the energy. I felt like a lot of what was around was powered by him. He didn't want me to know his name and didn't like that I was helping my friend. I felt like he wanted them gone. But he was happy in the playroom area. It was calming for him. I don't know if he liked kids or just liked that my friend had made that room kind of bright and clear and happy, but he liked it. Then we went outside. Now, I had already told her about the imp children and about the old man in the hat, all of which were watching us but trying to stay under my radar. It was pointless since I already knew they were there, but hey. There was one thing that my friend brought up that she hadn't told me about until then, about a friend of hers who had helped them move into the house, and how she had seen the profile of her father while she was there. To which I reminded my friend about my own mimic that had shown itself to me and my husband at our apartment, which I was living in at the time. I told her that these land spirits could mimic, but it was usually from the side or from the back because faces give them away, especially eyes. Like how the old man tried to look friendly, but I could tell he wasn't an old man by looking at his face and his eyes. They were wrong. So we talked about them again, then moved to the pool house. But before I could get into the pool house, I was drawn to the backside of the place first. I told my friend that I could hear screaming back there. I told her that it was internal screaming, not external screaming. I felt like someone with mental problems was back there. It sounded like manic screaming, like what you hear in mental institutions. I said it was a woman and that her mental anguish was stuck in the energy of the house, helping to feed the bad thing. My friend very quickly told me she thought it was her mom. As I said earlier, her mom had mental issues and had only lived on the property for a short time before she left. Her mom had been haunted her entire life. My friend had seen shadow people as well as demonic entities in her mother's room when she was little. She had suffered from mental and emotional issues and had even tried to run my friend's husband over at least twice. But she's doing better now. Anyways, I also told her that I felt like something wanted to push me into the pool as I walked by it. If I remember correctly, she told me that someone else had felt the same thing before me, but I don't remember who it was. So we went into the pool house. Now, her father had lived and died there, so his stuff was all over the place. I walked in and picked up on something that needed to go. I wanted it gone. I walked around until I found it, and it was a horseshoe. I told her that something was attached to it, and it was bad. I don't know if it was from a time before her parents got it or if it was something that had come from their lives together, but something awful was attached to it and it needed to go. Bad juju. She told me that she was fine with getting rid of it and that her parents had always hung it the wrong way up anyway. Then we moved into the bathroom and I told her that this was where I felt her father the most. She told me that it made sense because that was where he had died. I told her that he wasn't grounded there and that he just came and went when he felt needed. At that time, he also wanted me to give her another message, which I honestly don't remember what any of these messages were because I was minding my own damn business. So I gave her the message and we moved on. We went into the back rooms of the pool house and I got dizzy. There was a female energy that was frantic, almost manic, and she was moving around the place like a golf ball in a tile bathroom. I told her that it was not from the land, or from the house, or even from her mom. I said that someone had brought this with them, and it had stayed. My friend told me about a friend of theirs that was often in the pool house, and was having issues of their own at their place, and that it had probably come from him. I agreed. I did end up coming in contact with this thing later when I went over to that friend's house to help them, but that's a different story. So we cleared out what we could and put up barriers. I walked her around and had her claim her space, as well as placing the pendants or amulets that I had brought for her that were dipped in oils for protection. Her house went from gloomy and dangerous feeling to light and calm very quickly. They still get things every now and again, and Jonathan is still there, though starving and unable to get to the elder boy. Michael is still on the stairs, but hardly there. The past owner is still in the lower level of the house, but the pool house is open and clear. The old man in the hat and the imps are also still there, but away from the house now. They're in the distance. So they are managing things better. As for Michael or Mike, I was told later that the last owner of the house's name was Michael, and that he went by Mike. So the one on the stairs could have been created accidentally by him, or a piece of him got stuck in the energy and took on a consciousness of its own. Imagine being haunted by yourself. Whoa, food for thought. I also went looking into things after I left the house that had happened around the area that could have had something to do with it, and found a news article about a native woman that had a bad drug trip and threatened a guy with a shotgun because she wanted to pierce his nose, and he said no. At the bottom of the article was a picture of the woman, as well as a man whose name I'm not putting in here, but he went by Mike, and he looked a lot like the man on the stairs. So maybe that event was bad enough for him to break a bit and got stuck in the energy of the land? I don't know. I do know that the past owner, Michael, is a watcher in the woods around my friend's house, as well as a constant visitor in the lower level of their home. But I think he likes them there now. The boys are doing good. The youngest is growing into the protector role I saw for him years ago, especially for his brother. The elder is much more focused and even has his own YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description box below. He is a full and flourishing support system for his brother, and I would go as far as to say that he has finally found a way to help his brother, and that is by providing him with good and positive energy to use. They as a family are more grounded than they used to be, and I hope that the remaining darkness that is still there will continue to move further away from them and the house until it is completely gone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the journey. I'm not sure how often I'll be posting something here, so leave a like, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get updated when I do post. If you have questions or want to know more about something I've said, leave a comment and maybe I'll make a video explanation on the subject. But please be polite and courteous with the comments. My feelings don't get hurt, but the world has enough hate and judgment in it. It doesn't need yours on this video. If you think you know who I am, please don't leave a comment guessing my identity. Just send me an email at the address in the description box. Thanks again, and I'll see you when I see you.